for Microsoft Excel. So work with the computer, work with Excel, work with the Word as well, because I've also looked at MS Word. Certain things might require you to just be knowing the environment, how to do certain things, how to know certain steps, and so many other things as they will come. Now, going back to our normal previous, last time we looked at, this is the spreadsheet we worked with. Okay, the one I've just shown on the screen. And I remember by the time we left, first of all, we had looked at some basic formulas and functions. Meaning by now I would expect that we all know how, for example, how to add up two numbers, okay, in Excel using either a formula or a function. And I also remember telling you that please, when you're working in Excel, don't, for example, if you want to add numbers like these ones I've highlighted, okay? I don't have to, I discouraged, for example, saying that 54 plus 89, okay? I gave the reasons why, because I want to come up with a system which is automated, whereby changes in any of the records, for example, assuming something changes here, I expect that every other cell this side should change. For example, in case this 19 here changes, I expect that all other cells such as this one and this one here automatically change. So you can see that when you automate your what you are working out, life becomes very easy for you to work with the computer. Then I want us to look at using if. Somebody having their microphone on. Who could we have a pop 5? Can you mute? If you can't mute, I'll not mute you, but I'll just make you exit. Technopop, mute. Okay. You people I want people to be mature enough. By now, I expect that you've used Zoom for quite a while. Therefore, you can control your microphones. If you want to engage in other businesses, please always mute. Don't forget to mute. Otherwise, you will embarrass yourself. Okay. So I want us to have a grade. Okay. Rachel Kalinaga, can you mute? Okay, let me take back my powers before you can move on. Let me first configure and disable people from unmuting themselves. So let's get started. I want us to assume this is what we are going to work with. This is what, let me look out for the file. We're going to be working with this file. This is what we used last time. So if you still have what we used last time, you are good to go. So we want to have a grading scale whereby, for example, if somebody gets between 80 and above, okay, we give them an A, okay, an A. Then we have maybe 70 to, can you be writing this as well somewhere as I'm writing it, the way I'm writing it? 70 up to maybe 79.9. Let's give this person a B. Then we have maybe 60 to 69.9. Let's give them maybe a C. Then we have 50 to 59.9. Let's give them a C. Then, oh, this is a D. Then we have maybe, okay, to save time, let's say from 0 to 49.9 and give this person retake. Okay, so that's our grading scale we are going to use. I guess you have noted it down because I'm going to minimize it as I'm working with my screen. So let's get started. So for us to, first of all, are there members that tried it out during the course of the week? Because I remember telling you to try it out, read about if and how it works. Any members that tried it out by raising up their hands? Let me see if someone has raised up their hand. No one has raised their hand yet. So should I say that we are all lazy to that extent? If nobody tried it out, then it means that we are that lazy. Okay. So if nobody tried it out, let's work it out together. Yes, somebody tried it out. We have Technopop 5 and Rachel. Rachel, are you able to, are you working with the computer so that you can share your screen? Rachel, can you share your screen? I can see you tried it out. Rachel Kaligana. Can you try to share your screen? Or maybe she was saying that she's able to hear me. Okay, fine, let's continue. So I think this was for something different. Okay, so here we are. So we want to ensure that whoever has 8 and above, okay, they get an A, okay, and then different grades for all the different scores by different people. For example, today we had a board meeting and we were discussing last semester's results, okay, and we are looking at so many things, including the grades, the performance, and so on. So how can we automate such a system to ensure that everything is automatic, okay? We don't have to manually assign grades, for example. Remember, when we talk about Excel or any other application which is spreadsheet based, okay? Somebody might say that, me about if I'm not a teacher, like those from the faculty of agriculture, they will say that I'm not a teacher, so I'll not be using these things of if and so on. How relevant are they to me? So with if statements, okay, with if, it is one of the tools we can use to support decision making. I'm going to have 2 different examples to make people appreciate that we don't have to necessarily use it while working with the grades alone. It's just an example we are using. So remember, we said that all formulas and functions begin with what? Can members type in the chat how formulas begin, how formulas and functions begin? From what I said last time, formulas and functions begin with what? Can you type using the chat? I want to see those that still remember what we said last week. So you mean no one remembers what we said? Okay, yes, Don Arnold has typed equal sign. Namatov has also typed equal sign. Okay, so we said formulas and functions begin with equal sign. We're going to use a function called if. But before looking at a function called if, there are so many functions we can use. For example, we have AutoSum. If you want to add up 2 numbers, in case you missed last week, okay? We have average. We have count. We have maximum. If I want to find out who is having the highest score among these students here, okay? For example, we are looking at faculty results. If I have so many students and I don't have to look at mark by mark, I can just insert a function and it will be able to point out for me who is having the lowest, who is having the maximum, who is having what's the average score for the students, and so on. then minimum, and we also have so many other functions, okay, which I can ask you to try out and investigate what each one of the functions does. Okay, there are so many, we can't exhaust them all. Okay, we have what we call financial, we have data and time, we have so many functions we have database, look, and so many, just like you can see logical functions and so on. Okay, for example, I can type a function, okay, which invokes the current date on my computer. Okay, so in other words, there are so many, and if is just one of those functions. I don't know why my machine is not allowing me to type. Let me first work out and find out why I can't type. Okay, I think it's back to normal. So for example, I can just say that equal sign, okay, and I write today, okay. Once I just do like that and press enter, it has given me the current date, okay. Instead of me typing the current, in case I wanted to insert a date somewhere in Excel, which is the current date. So there are so many functions, so many. If I want, like last time I wanted to have some numbers, just like you can see on my screen. I just used a function which can allow me generate a random number, any number which is random. For example, I want a number between 0 and what? 0 and what? And maybe 100. Okay. Once I press enter, it has given me a number randomly, just like you can see on my screen. It's also a function. So in other words, there are so many. Therefore, try and investigate them all. Now, coming back to if, we shall say first of all equal sign. The syntax is very simple. Okay, when you are dealing with functions. So the syntax while dealing with functions is very simple. Equal sign. Okay, I hope you are noting down somewhere. Then function name. After function name, then you open the brackets. Okay, therefore, since I'm talking about if function, I'll say equal sign, function name, which is in this case it is if. Okay, then open the brackets. Open the brackets. Okay, then we put our logical tests, what we want to test. In other words, while we are dealing with if functions, we are carrying out tests. Okay, whether certain conditions are true or false. That's why you are seeing what is hovering right now on the screen is showing me if open the bracket, logical test, comma, then value if true in the bracket, comma, value if false, and then close the bracket. So that's the syntax. I know by now no one has got it yet. Okay, now people are wondering the logical test they are seeing, and then the value if true. Okay, now let's start off, and I think as we move on, you'll get to know what I'm trying to talk about. Okay, before starting off, let me change the number here where we have I want this 809 to reduce to a smaller number which is below 80. So let me try to remove this 90 and maybe make it maybe 78. Or it's still in 80s. Let me make it 70. So you can now, so here, let's now start off equal sign, function name, in this case we're using if, open a bracket, okay? Then after opening bracket, so we want to test, remember carrying out a logical test, okay? We want to test whether what we have in G2 here, this cell here, okay, is 80 and above, okay? If true, we want the output if the value, if the test is true. That is, if it is 8 and above,
okay, what should be the output? If somebody is having 8 and above, what should we produce? Okay, if false, what should we produce? Okay, so we shall say equal sign if, open bracket, G2. So if what we have in G2, okay, in this case, since we are working with numbers, a number can be less than something, it can be equal to, it can be greater, it can be great or equal, okay, and so on. So those are the logical operators we are going to work with. Okay, somebody will ask, what do we mean by operators? We have different forms of operators. For example, arithmetic operator. In mathematics, if you want to do arithmetics, that is addition, subtraction, division, we use arithmetic. Those are called arithmetic operators. Plus, minus, multiplication. Okay. Then I can have, there are so many other operators. Okay. Now, amongst them, also talking about logical operators to carry out logical tests. Okay. Then we have so many others, what we call, for example, we have those that are called conditional operators, but I shall not dive into that. Okay. So right now we are using logical operators, great, less, and so on. So if you have 8 and above, that means I will say anything which is greater than 80 or equal to 80. Therefore, we shall say if G2 is great. If I say greater than 80, that means anything which is above 80. Okay? Anything less, anything which is above, meaning if you have 80 and below, in this case, you are not catered before. I'm looking for anything which is above 80. Meaning it can be 80.9 because it is 80.9 is more than 80. But anything which is 8 and below will not be considered. Okay? It can be 80.1, 80.9, 81, 87, 92, 100, and so on. Okay? So if I want the 80 itself to be inclusive, okay, if I want 80 to be inclusive, therefore I'll have to add equal, great or equal, meaning I want to include 80 itself. Okay, and anything beyond 80. Therefore, shall say if G2 is great or equal to 80. Do you have people who are doing language on this platform? I guess yes. Okay, I want to see those doing languages. If you are doing languages, can you raise up your hand? Raise up your hand if you are doing languages. I want to ask you something small. I'm lost somewhere. I need to be guided. No one is doing languages in this platform yet. People told me that they have those doing languages. They are busy in the morning. Let me ask Arnold. He knows his people. Arnold, can you? Okay. We have Nambuya Doris. Okay. Nambuya, listen to this statement and tell me which punctuation mark goes there. Okay. Nambuya Doris, unmute yourself. Listen to the statement I'm going to make and tell me which punctuation mark goes there. So I'm starting. If G2 great equals 80, yes, tell me the mark which goes there. Let me repeat. Okay, the statement is if G2 great equals 80, yes, tell us.
Comma.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, it is a comma. Okay, so we shall say if G2 great equals 80, comma, okay, comma, just like Nambia has said, okay, then, in other words, 80, we have two things in this formula, in this function. we have what we are going to call the input, okay, and then the output. Therefore, the input is our 80, okay? So if G2 great equals 80, comma, the output is put in quotes, okay? So shall open our quotes, After saying a comma, then we say, we put our output as A, just like we have been told, and close the quotes. Okay? And is anybody who is lost at this level? I guess no. If there was one who was lost, she would have put their hand up. Okay. Now that we have put our input and output, now we want a result. Okay? But remember, we opened, if those that are doing mathematics again, I'm not looking at those that are doing English only. I'm going to be looking at different people in this case. Okay? Different areas of expertise. So those that are in mathematics will tell me that whenever you open a bracket, it has to be closed. Okay? Whenever you open a bracket, we have to close it at the end. Okay? So we shall close our bracket like that. We are just going to stop here for now and try to understand something before completing the statement. Okay? Right now, I have said that if G2 is great equals 80, comma, give us an A as our output. Our input is 80, output is A. Okay? But even if I press enter on my computer, you will realize that 77 is less than 80. You're getting me? Okay? 77 is less than 80. Therefore, I don't expect an A. Okay? Now let me ask, can Biekwaso turn on her microphone? Biekwaso, can you unmute yourself and I speak to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now imagine, Biekwaso, imagine that I sent you to buy me something on the shop. Maybe I told you to go and buy me bread. And you don't find the bread. What do? I asked you to go and buy me bread. I ask you to go and buy me bread. You don't find the bread. What do?
I don't buy because I didn't find bread.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. So let's press enter and see. So once I press enter, what do you see on my screen? In that cell where I type the formula? Do you see something?
False.
False. Okay, thank you. So what does it mean? It exactly means what Biekwaso said. Okay? Now just imagine these wiseacres, you ask somebody to do something else, they do otherwise. Maybe to make it is that. Okay? You're getting me. So you ask somebody to buy, for example, to buy bread, then she brings cassava. Okay? Imagine who sent you for cassava. You're getting me? So in this case, I told this, in other words, I asked this computer that in case somebody gets between 8 and above, give them an A. In this case, 77 is not an 80. Okay? Therefore, I didn't give it any other option. Then assuming I asked Biekwaso, assuming I gave Biekwaso other alternatives, okay? That may be buy either cassava, if you don't find the bread, buy Chikomando. Okay? Then I would expect that she either brings the bread or Chikomando. You're getting me? So that's how if functions work as well. But by the way, this is going to be very good for teachers since the majority of the people on this in this class are teachers. Okay, I guess it will pass. Though it's not only for teachers, it actually is for everybody. Especially if you master Excel very well, you find that it makes your life very easy. Now we are going to continue with our formula. By the way, how do you activate the formula and the function? If you remember, those that remember, what did we say we do? Either use the microphone or use the chat to type and tell us. If I want to go back to my formula, what do I do? It's going to come in the test, by the way, as well. Arnold, can you unmute and speak? How do you go back to the formula that we typed? Okay. Is Ebunyu online? Ebunyu, can you speak? So unfortunately, members don't practice. That's what I'm realizing. Members have not been practicing. That's what I'm realizing.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
We clicked to the formula bar.
You clicked what?
The formula bar.
The formula bar. Okay. Now, if I want to go back to my formula or function, go where you type that formula. Okay. Once you get there, just like you can see on my screen, okay? Of course, once you just click there, the formula bar will show the formula. But how about if I want to see the formula, if I want to continue with my formula, maybe I want to edit my formula, okay? So what you do in such a case, you double click in the formula itself, in the cell where you type the formula. So once I double click, the formula comes back. Okay. Then we come back here to our formula. So meaning it is incomplete. I didn't give it any other options. Just like I asked Zaina to tell us. Okay. Somebody is having the microphone on. Are you Ayabu Isaiah? Okay. So we have, when you look at the end of that formula, I have a bracket closing. So I put that bracket. I'm going to remove it so that I'm able to continue with my function that I was typing. So I have removed the bracket. Now, she was called who? The English teacher I spoke to was called who? Let me try to. Doris Nambuya. Nambuya. When you are listing, for example, go and buy me the following: cassava, bread. What comes after mentioning the word cassava? Before you list the next item. Nambuya.
It's again
Sorry?
a comma.
It's again a comma. At least
It's
I
a
have people
comma.
be teaching me. Okay, thank you. I have people be teaching me English. You know, I'm not good at English. So I have my Nambuya already online. So when you are listing, okay, meaning an A in this case is one part of the function, okay? So before going to the next part, to the next option, we shall put a comma as well. So if I repeat, we said equal sign if, open bracket, if G2 is great equals 80, comma, open quotes, put the output, okay? Then before going to the next part, we shall put a comma, just like Nambuya has said when you are listing, okay? So shall we say comma? Then we want to go for the next option, okay? Which is a B in this case, okay? Which is a B in this case. We want those from 70 to 79, okay? 0.9 to have those from 7 to 79.9. Let me first give it power. From 7 to 79.9 to have a B, okay? So we shall go back and say, this time around, listen to this again, note this. We use the equal sign. Remember, all formulas and functions begin with equal sign, okay? But we don't repeat the equal sign again. You're getting me? We only put it at the beginning of if, the first if, okay? So once I'm repeating the if statement again to test for another condition, we don't type the equal sign again. You only write if. The equal sign I'm emphasizing is put at the beginning only. Okay? So therefore, we shall say if, open bracket again, if G2, this one here. In other words, we are going to be typing the same thing from the word if, okay, up to where this quote is. You're getting me? Shall be typing everything shall be the same. What do we change? We only change the input, which is our 8 in this case, and then the output, which is A. The rest remains the same. Therefore, we shall say equal, not equal sign, if, open bracket, G2, great, equals, our input this time around is 70, I think, 70, comma, then our output should be, remember the output once again is in quote, okay? So we shall open our quote, put our output, which is B, close the quote, then put a comma again. Remember when you are listing, like Nambuya said, before going to the next item, you put a comma, okay? Before going to the next item, you put a comma again. So right now, if I happen to close my bracket, okay, at least you can say that I have a B. Previously, I got false because it was not 8 and above. Okay, right now, since I'm having 8 and above, sorry, since it's within the range that I've specified, I'm getting a B. Just like I'm told that from 7 to 7 and above, it is a B. So let me remove the closing bracket and we continue. Can somebody try to tell me what to do for the remaining parts? Whom should I choose? Can somebody raise up their hand? Somebody is asking me to post these videos on my channel. Okay. Who can tell us what we should do? Mommy's daughter is asking me to post the recordings on the channel. Okay. So, yes, can somebody tell me what to do to complete the equation?
Yeah, Master, I think we close the brackets.
We close the bracket.
Yes.
Oh, this is who?
Nakagulire, peace.
Okay, peace. Okay, thank you. Who else has something else that they think we should do? I want to continue so that those that got a C are able to get their grade as well. Those that got a D are able to get their grade as well. Those that got below 50 also get their grade.
Shall we continue?
How do we continue is the question. What should I type? Tell me what to type.
Shall we continue?
How is the question? I'm lost. Yes.
You type if.
If, yes. Wonderful.
Then you open brackets.
I open brackets. Yes. Osuru has been following very well. Tell me what type. Now I've opened the bracket.
Then you put G2.
G2.
Is less than.
Is less than. Namagembe, your hand is up. Can you continue from there? Namagembe, your hand was up. Continue from where you stopped.
I think it is if, comma,
yes.
Less or equal to the next grading there.
Oh. Now, if we say less, okay, I think in this case, you're supposed to use great equals. Do you know why? We began from the top going downwards, okay? I think it should. Yes, Rachel. Can you speak? Your hand is up.
Master, for me, I think.
Yes. Okay, let me delete everything that. Continue now, start.
I think we should write if.
If, yes.
Open brackets.
Open brackets.
G2.
Yes, G2
is greater than or equal.
Great or equal.
To 60.
60, yes.
Comma.
Comma, wonderful.
Open quotation marks.
Open quotation marks.
You put a C, then close the quotation marks.
Okay, put a C, close quotation marks.
Then comma.
Comma.
If. Open brackets.
Open brackets.
G2 is greater than or equal.
G2 is great equal
to 50.
50, yes.
Comma.
Comma.
Open quotes.
Open quotes.
C, then close quotes.
I think this one is D, not C. We finished C.
Okay, it's a D.
D, then close quotes. Yes, you are right. It's okay.
Then comma. Comma. If. Open brackets.
Open brackets.
G2.
is
greater than or equal.
Is great or equal.
To 0.
To 0. Okay. Thank you.
Comma.
Yes, okay, fine. Thank you very much. Okay, at least I'm sure that Rachel has got it very well, okay? Yeah, she has been following very well and she has got it. So I'm going to do as requested that I should post on the other channel I created. Now, having done that, okay? Having done that, listen. This time around, for the last, I think that's the last one, not so? It's the last one, if I'm not mistaken. Anything below, yes. Anything below this one. Now, in this case, if you are to look at the screen, I can either say if G2 is less than 50, okay? Once I say less than 50, remember there are so many ways of killing a rat. Even what we have been typing, I can give you a completely different approach, and it gives us the same result. Okay. So since this one here, the last option here, I think this, I could even say if G2 is less than 50, because less than 50 automatically means it is 49.9 and below. You are getting me? That's one approach. Alternatively, I can say if G2 is great equals 49.9. Okay, great equals 49, meaning not 49, not great equals. If G2 is less equals, I repeat, either I can say if G2 is less than 50, okay, you are getting me? That means it's automatically 49.9 and below. Alternatively, I can as well say if G2 is less equals 49.9, is less equals, I emphasize, okay? 49.9. Why? What does it mean? Anything which is less than 49.9, okay? It means that it's between 0 and it is 40. Of course, it can be 49 in plain, it can be 49.8, can be 49.2, okay, and below. But after adding the equals as well, by saying less equals, it means that anything which is also equivalent to 49 is also inclusive. That's what the equal sign means. So this time around, let's try to change and say if G2 is less or equals, I can even just say less than 50. Once I say less than 50, like this, less than 50, it means that anything which is below 50 will all be taken. So meaning I can just choose what I want to use for this case. Okay. So comma, just like she said, after saying comma, open quotes. Okay. Put your output, which is in this case, it is retake. Of course, for all what we've been typing, how about if I want to put, for example, if somebody gets an A, I want them to get excellent. You can type anything. If I want somebody whoever gets an S, that you have been promoted. Okay. So in other words, you type in the quotes. In your output, you type what you want to be given. Okay. Retake in this case. So close the quotes. After closing the quotes, now that we have exhausted those those like Doris who know English very well, will tell you that when you are listing, okay, and you get the last item, don't put a comma again. Am I right, Doris? Doris, am I right? That when you are listing and you get the last item, don't put a comma. Am I right in English? I don't know if I'm right. Okay, fine. Members have already got it. We can, in the interest of time. Okay. So after working out the last, I was asking whether you put a comma. For example, go and buy me the following: soap, sugar, maize, and the last item is maybe coffee. I was asking whether you put a comma after coffee as well. So now that we have finished the last item, we need to close our brackets. Okay. How many times do you open our bracket? To open our bracket, how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Okay. We opened 5 times our bracket, just like you can see. Okay. We have 5 inputs, 5 outputs. So we can now go to our formula, our function, and we close 5 times. So we opened once I close the first bracket, those that have been sober very well, you will realize that this color of the bracket I've just closed here is corresponding to the color of the bracket I last opened. Okay. Once I close again, the next one will correspond to the next one I opened the last, and so on. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I've closed 5 times since I opened it 5 times. So when I press enter, you can now say I have a B. So I'm going to fill in. Remember, I talked about the fill handle last time, which we use to fill in. You don't just imagine a formula like this one, which is quite complex. A function like this one, which is quite complex. Okay. So you can't keep. Imagine if I have 1,000 students, I can't keep writing this formula over and over again. No, I can just use this fill handle to drag. Okay, you can say this is having less than 50, they have a retake. Those with the 50s, they're having a D, just like we put it in our formula. So as simple as that. Okay? As simple as that. For example, I have these people all got retakes. How about, for example, if I give this person here in 98, what will happen to there? You can see that it has automatically given them an A. Okay. How about if I gave this one maybe a 70, 76? Will the grade remain the same? No, you can see. How about if, for example, this one is having a 3? I gave them a 19 out of 20. Okay. I think since it is still within between 0 and 40, it has not changed. Okay. But if I happen to change maybe something somewhere else, maybe in the exam here, and give them, let's say, 67, you can see that the grades change automatically. So that's the beauty with using functions and formulas. Okay, it simplifies your life. Meaning, assuming you've entered the students, for example, students or employee record, any changes, everything automatically gets updated automatically. Now, I want us to look at something else again on if, okay? So for purposes of making people understand it better. So assuming maybe this is a human resource office. Okay, I'm giving another example, assuming it's human resource office. And in this human resource office, we have, okay, maybe we have comments. Let's ignore all these other inputs we have put from A up to H here. Maybe you have people, and we have carried out a performance appraisal. Okay, some people are given such remarks as, for example, good. Okay, this one also got good. Okay, this one got excellent. Can you note these ones down? Excellent. Then this one got very poor. Very poor. Okay, as the remark from maybe from the HR office. Okay, maybe this one got, what did they get? Maybe this one got fair. Then this one got maybe good also. Then this one maybe we didn't appraise, maybe they dodged the exercise, maybe missed. Okay, this one got excellent, and so on. Okay, this is fair. Now we want to use if. Okay, just imagine you have like 1,000 employees and you need to find out which actions to take for each one of the employees. Okay, so for those that we have different what? We need to take decisions, okay, based on people's performance. So we are going to assume that those that missed, those that got good, maybe they get maybe some salary increment. Okay, salary. Oh, somebody said that my screen is off. Is it true? Is it true that my screen is off for all members? Because on my side I can see it.
It is
It is
on.
on.
It's
It is
on.
on. Somebody has typed. Okay, so check your gadget. That is Kasozi. Check your gadget. It has a problem. Other members are able to see. Okay.
Mine also has been off for some minutes, actually. 30 minutes has been off.
But mine is still. By the way, I always use two gadgets. Oh, somebody is
I can
having
hear you
TMI.
well, but I'm not seeing you just. And we can continue.
Okay, can you mute? Other members, I think the problem is not from my side, it's on your side. Most people say that theirs are showing. Even me, I'm using two gadgets. So I always use two gadgets so that I'm able to know that people are seeing what I'm doing. So that if I can't see, I know that other people still can't see. So I always use my mobile phone and then a computer, both connected, both on the internet and both in the lecture. So if we it would be my pleasure if we also try out. Somebody is asking, okay, fine. That's a very interesting. Okay, it's so interesting. So Zubeda wants us to try out. Okay. Yes. So we are going to try out with this. Very good, Zubeda. They have raised a very important, a very pertinent point. Okay. So salary increment for those that have that have good. Then whoever has excellent, we should promote these people for sure. Okay. Promotion. Okay. We are going to try out to this. Then those that have very poor, maybe this one we should just demote for sure, seriously. Demote. Then those with fair, we should let's give them more training so that they can improve. These that miss the training, they should be punished. How should we punish them? Let's terminate them. Okay. So this is what I want us to try out using if. Just like Zubeda said, can we members try out this? Those with computer, I expect we have working computers with us. So can we, let's use it 55, it is 5 to 6. Can we try out that up to 6 maybe? Then I come and continue from there with those that will have tried it out. So let's try it out. If somebody is able to share the screen, whoever wants to share the screen with us and show us can raise up the hand. And by doing, okay? So let's continue. So we've been asked that for those that have good, okay? Those that have good, they are showing maybe we have a column called performance, okay? Maybe score, let's call it score, how people scored, okay? Then maybe remark or decision, whichever, okay? Let's call this one remark. So those with the good, okay. Those with the good, salary increment. So let's get started. So we shall do the same thing again. Remember, we begin with equal sign, then function name, then open our brackets the way we did previously. Okay. Then after opening the brackets, we need to start carrying out our logical test. Okay. Therefore, we shall say if G2, is it G2? No, it is not G2, it is I. Okay. If I2, this time around, okay, those that are good at mathematics, those are also good at English as well can advise me. If you have a human being, for example, you are, let me ask you who. I'll go back to my sister. She's called who? I'm forgetting the name. Let me check. She's called our English teacher is called who? Doris. Doris.
Nambuya.
Can you, Nambuya,
Yes.
can you unmute and we speak? Okay.
Yes,
Show
sir.
me, can somebody be less than a man or a woman?
I don't think. No?
You don't think. Okay.
Yeah, no.
So meaning,
Yeah.
this time around, it should either be a woman or not a woman, not so? But you can't be in between something, not so?
Yes.
So since this time around we are not dealing with numbers, that means we are going to test what we call exact test. Okay? It is either something or not. Not less than or not more than. Okay? So in other words, since we are dealing with text, with not numbers, anything which is not numeric, you're getting me? We shall, for example, our input for good, okay? Anything non-numeric, we put both the input and the output in quotes. Okay. Remember, for numeric, we're only putting the output in quote, but the input is not in quote. So this time around, since we're dealing with non-numeric input, we shall also enclose it in quotes. So let's get started. Therefore, shall say, if I2, this time around, we are not saying less equal, it is equal. Okay. Anything which is good, okay. Therefore, I will type equals. Therefore, I'll type if I2 equals open quotes, okay, may be good, comma, after closing quotes, of course, comma, then the output as well, open quotes. What's the output? For good. Somebody should read it for me instead of me going. Let me ask Inambuya to tell me, to be reading for me. What do we have for good?
Salary.
Huh?
Salary.
Salary increment.
We have
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
fine. Salary increment. So, by the way, what you have to note is that you write the same spelling here as you put it here. Okay? So, then we close our quote. Now, let me first do the same thing I did by first closing the first bracket. Okay? And pressing enter. You can now see, wherever I have good, I have salary increment. Okay? Now, how about if it is not good? Maybe if I write single O and press enter, it is false. It's only looking out for what is exactly as you typed it. Therefore, you have to be very keen with the spelling, the way you type. You miss just one single letter, okay? Then you not get what you expect to have got. So let's continue. Let me remove the bracket. Remember, we put according to number, we put a comma. Okay, then repeat if. Can now let me ask Joy to tell us what I should type. Actually, let me remove this if. Joy, can you? The rest should mute. Then Joy unmute. Joy, can you unmute and speak to us? Tell me what to type.
I'm here.
Yes.
If open the bracket.
Sorry. What should I type?
If open the bracket.
If, then open the bracket. Okay.
I2.
I2. Yes.
Good.
I type good.
Excellent.
I type excellent.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, Namagembe, can you now unmute and speak to us? Let me use the two choices. The two choices. Tell us. Namagembe, can you now unmute and speak? Tell us what to do.
I think it's if two.
If.
Comma.
Let me read. If. I've typed if.
Comma.
I put a comma.
No. Open brackets. Sorry.
Open brackets. Yes.
I2 equals open quotes type excellent,
wonderful,
then close quotes,
I close quotes,
comma,
very good,
open quotes,
open quotes once again.
yes. Type promotion, close quotes,
I close quotes,
I think that's it.
We end there.
You can
Okay, let's
close the-
continue up to the end and finish.
Oh, okay. Comma. If.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, Arnold, can you take on from, Arnold decide something. Let me choose another person. Who? I want a man with a very vocal voice. Not Mugisha. Moses Erianu. Are you able to unmute and speak to us? Are you with us? He's not with us, he's absent. He just signed in and left. Okay. Let me look for another one. Who? Okelo Kitara Andrew. Of where? I don't know where he comes from. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay, fine. Okay, now can you continue from where Joyce stopped? Okay, now huh?
Like, sir, with what I'm using, because for me,
Sorry? Your
depend
network.
Type
Your network. Huh? Okay, Andrew Odoi. Take on from there. Okay, can you mute? Okay, Andrew, take on from there. Andrew, I can see your hand is up. Check on from there.
Yes, open bracket.
I open the bracket. Okay. But I'm having echoes on your side. Can you try to reduce your volume maybe? You'll increase after finishing to talk to me. Okay. First reduce the volume on your side, then speak. I'll be hearing. Don't worry. You'll increase afterwards. Andrew, can you? Okay, let me pick another person. I'm getting out of echo. Okay, we have Osuruk Daniel. Yes. Can you speak, Osuruk? Yes, if. We have it already.
Okay.
Can you speak?
If open a bracket. Open the bracket.
Open the bracket. Yes.
If,
yes.
I2 equals sign
equals, yes.
Then open the quotes.
Open the quotes.
Then type very good.
Very good.
Then close it to the quotes.
Close the quotes, yes.
Then comma.
Comma.
Then open the quotes.
Open the quotes.
Then type demote.
Very good is demote. I think it was very bad, maybe. Very poor, maybe. Was it?
Yeah, it was very poor.
Okay, very poor.
Sir. Yeah.
Okay. Then what do we put in the quotes? Huh?
It is demote. Demote.
Okay. Emotion.
Then you close.
Okay. Okay, very good. So demotion, then we close the quotes. So I'm giving different people a chance so that I'm able to know that people are following what we are doing. Okay. So let me ask who. Okay, then okay, can I ask Viekwa to take on from there? Viekwa Sozaina. Unmute and speak to us.
Okay. We open.
What should I type? Where we have stopped? What should I type?
You put a comma.
A comma, yes. Yes, people are understanding. I'm very happy about it. Okay. Yes.
If I2.
If, what should I type there?
Equals.
I type I2,
I2, yeah, equals. If I2 equals.
You are missing something.
Open
No,
the
open the brackets.
Open the bracket. Okay. Yes. I2 equals.
After very poor. How do we finish fair? Fair. I think fair is next.
I type what? Tell me what I should type.
Fair.
I type the word fair. Sure.
Yeah.
You are missing something. Who can tell us? Let me ask you who.
Master, open quotes.
Yes, I open quotes. Okay, I open quotes. Yes, now continue.
You type fair.
Okay, fair.
Close the inverted comma.
I close quotes.
I put a comma.
A comma.
And then fair is more training. I mean, open the inverted commas. Open the inverted commas.
Open. Yes.
More training and then close.
More training. Okay, and close. Okay, what should I type next?
Comma.
Comma.
If.
Okay, stop there. Let me ask another person. We have people from agriculture. I don't know if we have people from agriculture. We have some people from agriculture faculty. They are absent. Okay, fine. We have another person from BRIM. Who? That has not said something. I want someone from BRIM. Zaina, who else is in your class other than you and Joy? Who else?
We have Kasozi and Asasira.
But Kasozi, I think, is he on? Hasn't he left?
How about Asasira?
Okay.
Mr.
Okay, Asasira, we have. Okay. Yes, Kasozi, tell us what should I type next?
You type if.
If.
Open brackets.
Bracket.
Then you type I2.
I2. Okay.
Then equal sign.
Equals.
Then you open quotes.
I open quotes.
You type missed.
Missed.
Then you close.
Yes.
Close the quotes. Then comma.
Comma. Number 12, can you continue from there? Your hand was up.
Then
Number 12, Shanita.
open quote. Yes, open quotes.
Open quotes. Yes.
Termination. You type in termination. Close quotes. Then there are 5 brackets. You close 5 brackets.
I close quotes.
Then you close with 5 brackets after putting quotes.
I can't get you very.
Okay.
Okay, I close with 5 brackets. Okay, because I opened this 5 times. That's why I close with 5 brackets. Because I opened 5 brackets. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I press enter, do you know why I have false sets? Because here I changed something in my formula here. Instead of double O, I put a single O, and it can't trace where it's coming from. So after clicking enter, now you can see. So meaning, if you have been stopped upstairs, you can realize that if you don't for only marks, okay? This one we have got a different assumption that maybe assuming we are working elsewhere. Maybe I can be working, let's say maybe in production. I want which brand should be produced, okay? I can look at the cells, okay? And so the cells are high, maybe have different targets. That this one has been said according to the performance, Coca-Cola has sold more. Okay? Fanta has sold maybe average. The sales are average. Okay? Maybe Sprite, it is very poor. So that I'm able to know what to produce. Once I start excellent, that means that I should produce more. Okay? Maybe, so just like, so in other words, this is not for only marks. Okay? You can use it to help you make decisions. Okay? It's one of the tools you can use to support decision making. Should we continue? Are you tired or you don't have data? Let me see the chat. Those in support of continue up to 7, type a yes. Those that are tired, type a no. I'll go with the majority. May I use CD gadgets all connected, but I'm not bothered about data. Okay, some that typed a no, that is Arnold. Then Duke has typed yes. Then Joy a no. I want to see the data. Okay, some people have issues with data. So what should we do? Let me wait for, I'm about to ask the chairman EC